Hello, a friend of mine sent 3 eyeshadows to me. Actually, there's 6 because there's 2 in each, and she sent them to me because she wasn't quite sure how to use them and said she never would. So I promised her that I would do a video, a short tutorial on how to use them. I've only done one, of course, one duo today. I might do one other one. Some of the colors are kind of similar, so I may not, I'm not sure. I'll let you know. Anyways, the color that I did today was these. I don't know if you guys can see it on there. It's kind of a coppery color, like that. And then a nice bronzy brown color. So I did those. I used a couple other colors, but we'll get into that in a minute. And so let's just get started. So the first thing I did was primed my eye, and I was using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the color Eden. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'll show it to you anyways. Probably not, because this camera is so not focusing. Anyways, and I just took, you know, a few dots up the eye like that. And the reason for the primer is to give your eyeshadows a base to stick to, number one. Number two, to kind of hopefully eliminate altogether any creasing that you might get in your eyeshadows. And number three, it kind of, not kind of, but it does make your eyeshadows a little bit more vibrant and stand out. So it makes them last longer. What I did was did my base there, and then I just took this big, this is from Coastal Scents, a Coastal Scents brush. It's just a really huge, you can use it for blending, smudging. I just kind of used it for a flat shader brush today. So I took the orange, not orange, the coppery color there, and I just applied that all over my lid. It's really hard to see. I need to figure out a different way to do this. Way up there is my mirror. I have another one down here, but I'm afraid if I look down, you guys can't see what I'm doing. So let me know if this is working or if this works. If I look down here, if you guys could let me know, that would be great. Anyways, I just put that all the way up to the crease there. You know, just one little coat. And then I went back in with that same brush, and I wiped it off a little bit, not too much, doesn't really matter. And I just took the brown. And I'm only doing this really simply because my friend was concerned that she wouldn't know how to use them because they're kind of vibrant colors, and then, you know, wasn't sure where to place what and whatever. So I'm doing this really simple so that it's just really easy to kind of throw it on in the morning before work, or if you're going out or whatever. So I took the brown and I just packed it right on over top of that. And the reason I did that was because I thought it looked really cool with that coppery color kind of showing out from underneath that brown color. It worked out really well as far as this one is concerned. I haven't used the other two yet. These HIP pigments is what they're called. They're by Loreal. I don't know if I told you that or not. And it stands for high intensity pigments, and they have, I believe, 3 different consistencies or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of the word I'm trying to look for right now, but if you know, then yay. These are called concentrated shadows. The ones that she sent me, and then I already had a couple, and one that I had was a matte shadow duo, and that was like electric blue and white. Another one that I had was called a bright shadow duo, and that was in a lime green and an olive green. And then I think, no, the other one that I had was a bright shadow duo. So these 3 are concentrated, and there's a bright and a matte, and there may be one more, I can't remember off the top of my head at this moment. So then I just took a soft dome brush like that. This is just a Sonia Kashuk brush that I got from Target. And I took that brown color and just kind of tapped it in there and went along that edge, because just wanted to soften it, you know. You don't want a harsh edge right there. So I'm really just kind of softening that, bringing it up a little bit, but not too high. You know, you don't want that color way up to your eyebrow. If you do, have at it. Makeup is really all about what you feel like looks good on you. So this may look okay on me, but it may not look okay on you. So just adapt it to your eye shape and what you feel comfortable with. You know, I'm just kind of giving you some ideas. So I took it all the way in there, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'll take pictures. I really like the brown layered over top of that copper color because the copper is still shining through it. The brown's not so dark and heavy that it covers it completely, so I liked that. And then I took, I just got this at Target. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. It's ELF. It's actually ELF, and it stands for Eyes, Lips, and Face Cosmetics. They're super inexpensive. They really only have them at my Target like around Christmas time every year. You can get them online at the Eyes, Lips, Face website, and they are, if I'm not mistaken, based in the UK, but they will ship to the United States. This is called the Beauty Encyclopedia Neutrals Edition for Eyes, and as you can see there, it was $5. And it comes with just a bunch of different neutral eyeshadows, a dark coffee brown eyeliner, and a double-ended eyeshadow thingy-maflinger that I will never use, so I chuck it. Anyway, the shadows are not super great, but they're not awful for $5. I thought it was a good investment for just having a good base of some neutrals, because you really can't go too terribly wrong with neutral eyeshadows. So what I did was I took that, that's backwards, that second color there. It's kind of a, oh look, you can see my camera, kind of a shimmery, but not super shimmery, like a champagne color, beigey. It's a little bit darker than a, like Brulee from MAC, if you're familiar with that. It's a little darker than that, and it's got just a little bit more shimmer to it. It's not a satin, it's a shimmer. So I took that, and again I took that, that same Sonia Kashuk brush and just tapped it in there. And I really just wanted to go right along the edge of that dark brown that I had there. So just to kind of keep further blending that out. And you can see the shimmer kind of going on there. Nothing crazy, a little bit. And then one of the other color duos that she sent me was this one here, and this one is called Mischief. And it's got kind of a champagne color in it. And then this is a pretty much a matte black, but it almost has a blue cast to it. So I took the same brush, wiped it off a little bit on my napkin there, tapped it in that light color, and did that again. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of a shimmer base going there, because I'm going to go back over that with a darker brown again. Layering and blending is the key to getting your makeup to go on looking more put together than I just slapped 2 colors of eyeshadow on. So you can totally stop at what I did with the putting the bronzy color on and the brown over top of that and blending out that edge there. You can use a lighter shade, you know, like the beigey color. Just blend that edge out there, put a little bit of a highlight color on if you want to, some eyeliner, mascara, and you're done. I kind of like to go a little bit more with it because I want to show you that you can either stop there or keep going and do extra steps if you would prefer to do something different. So I'm taking that dark brown, that bronzy brown, tapping that in there, and I'm going to start here, right in my crease. And I'm just going back over top of what I already did to kind of darken that up right there. Gives it a little bit more depth. And you can see there where I kind of went back over that. So I just did that, real easy. And then, for a little bit more depth, I took a pencil brush. This is called a crease brush by Essence of Beauty, and you can get that at Target, CVS, I believe Walmart sells these, different drugstores like that. And I tapped it in that matte black color. You can use any black color, it doesn't have to be this one. In particular, it doesn't really matter. And then I just went right in here, because you always want to darken up that outer V right there. And that gives you that depth in your crease and some dimension so that your eye doesn't look flat and all one color. It's kind of the same concept as painting, I would assume. I don't paint. My youngest sister does, and she does amazing work. I'm just not, it just never struck me as something that I wanted to do. I don't know why. I guess I would prefer to paint my face. And then I took my Sonia Kashuk brush again. I really love this brush. It's kind of comparable to a MAC 217 if you're familiar with those brushes. I keep doing that because I don't like my eyeshadow to come way down here, the dark, because it kind of gives you that sad droopy look, so I just keep kind of going like that. And then I just kind of went back over that to blend those colors in, so you don't have a defined, I put a different color right here look. Lightly going back over top of that, pretty light-handedly. I don't want to go too heavy with the hand because then you'll muddy up your colors and make them too mixed together. So just go over that a few times until it looks like it's kind of going effortlessly fading from one color to the next. And then I took a black eyeliner, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. I really need a new one. As you can see, this is my favorite eyeliner. This is Smolder by MAC, and yes, that's all I have left, and I'm being ridiculous and refusing to buy another one until I use it. I tight-lined my eye, meaning I lined the upper waterline up in there and the lower waterline. I just go like this, back and forth, close it on my eye a few times, not too difficult. Pull that down gently, I hope you guys can see, and go along the waterline there. I don't go all the way in because I get that black goop in here that kind of collects in there, but that may just be my eye shape. My daughter goes all the way in and it doesn't seem to do that on her. And then I just lined very closely my upper lash line right along the edge of my lashes. Nothing fancy, I'm not going real, you know, it doesn't have to be specific. It can be a little messy because we're going to blend it out with some shadow. So just kind of messily get that on there. I go out a little bit, and again, I don't want it drugged down, so I'm going to do that. Alright, let's find my tiny lid for my tiny little eyeliner. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush, like this. It's a little different than the other one that I used. It's a little more firm. The Essence of Beauty one, as you can see, is a little more fluffy. And this one is a little more dense and has more of a pointed tip on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And then I'm going to go back in that same shadow duo, and I keep forgetting to tell you the name of this one. It's called Saucy, and it's by Loreal. And I'm going to go into that dark brown. And I'm just going to go right along my lower lash line, right underneath that black where I lined before. I take it in quite far. If you have particularly small eyes, then you would want to kind of stop maybe halfway and just kind of darken up this outer edge here. I don't have large eyes, but I don't really have small eyes either, so I don't feel like it closes my eye up too much to go in a little further. Alright, and then I took my smudger brush that of course has decided to run away with the spoon. Just kidding, here it is. And this is a really inexpensive, just doesn't even have a name except for smudge. Isn't that fancy? I got that at Walmart. And I took that with that, I went back and forth between the two. You want to be careful putting oranges and reds underneath your eye or too close to your lash line, because it will make you look like you have some kind of eye infection, which is never attractive. And then I just kind of smudged that out a little bit more. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top line, but I'm not going to go into the orange. I mean, it's definitely not orange. Into that bronzy color, copper color. I'm going to go with the brown. And I'm going to go right over top of that eyeliner that I just put on. And you don't have to do all this stuff. If it's not something you have time to go through, don't feel like doing, don't feel it's necessary, don't like the look of, just don't do it. With this kind of colors and stuff, and I just totally got that on my face, I wanted to go with a less harsh black line at my lash line there. I thought it looked a little bit more soft, being smudged out a little bit more with some brown. And then I'm going to go right back up into that corner, because like I said, you want to get that nice and dark. And it's always difficult to do one eye and then go back and do the other one, because they just don't end up looking the same. So we'll go back over that. Again, take your soft dome brush, Go back over top of that to make sure there's no harsh edges. Go back up into there. And then I'm gonna do it again. I know this sounds, you guys are gonna be like, why do you keep going over the same thing? It's the layering and the blending that makes it look more like you know what you're doing as opposed to you don't. And I'm not saying I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying as far as everyone that I've watched and everything I've learned, that's what everyone says that is a makeup artist. It's the layering and the blending. So I'm gonna go back over that. I really didn't put anything on my brush. Just making sure that it is blended and doesn't look, you know, like I just stuck a color there. Okay, pretty good. Now, it's entirely up to you if you want to add a highlight color. If you don't want to add one, like I said, you may stop now. I'm going to take a 224 from MAC, and that's just a very soft, fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to go in with, this is difficult to show, that second color again, that champagne color with a little bit of sparkle running through it. And I'm just going to tap my brush in there, flick it off, you don't want it everywhere. And I'm going to start at the highest point of my brow and kind of place it there, and then I'm just going to blend it back and forth softly. I am not 20, as apparently you can see, 20 years old I mean, so I don't want a whole bunch of sparkle up there that just, to me, looks a little, yeah. So I just kind of go a little lighter with that up there. And then you can also take that same color and a smaller brush. You could take that pointed pencil brush and dip it back in that same sparkly, slightly sparkly color there and go here. And that highlights that inner corner, brings a little light into the eye. And if you happen to have close set eyes, that will kind of set them a little further apart in their appearance. All right, and then all I'm gonna do is curl my lashes, add some mascara. You could add a set of false lashes at this point if you were going out. It's entirely up to you, what you feel like looks best on you, and, you know, kind of suit it to what you're doing and where you're going. This is Makeup Forever brand Smoky Lash. I don't know if you guys can ever see any of the words that I'm showing you. I'm desperately praying for a new camera, so agree with me, please. I love this mascara. It does give you nice, long, full-looking lashes, and if you guys have read my blog, you know that I have some lash issues. The only thing I'm not too terribly fond of with this mascara is that if you go over 2 coats, you will get flaking. So you'll end up having a little, I think I have one now. That's actually not what that is. That would be, Nicole is looking in the wrong mirror and got eyeliner there. Anyway, I've noticed some little speckles of flaking throughout the day if I go beyond 2 coats of this mascara. But I do love it. We got it at Sephora. You can order it online at Sephora. You can order it online at Makeup Forever. I'll put some links in the bottom bar if you guys are interested in that. Okay. And then do the rest of your face. You know, your blush, contouring, whatever you want to do there. You can do some lipstick. You can do lip gloss. You could do nude, whatever you want to do to spice it up, you know. And so that's just a real easy, simple way to get on just a couple of colors that look good put together because they're already kind of matched together. This is another one that she sent. It's called Dynamic, and that's kind of a, again, almost kind of a, that's a coppery brown color. And then another champagne type gold color. Really like that one. I'm so grateful for these because I already had a couple of my own and I love the pigment in them. They're very highly pigmented. They stay on, they don't crease. The color in the pot is true to the color as it goes on your eye. and they're not chalky and powdery. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, so hopefully that was helpful to some of you. If you'd like to see any other looks, let me know. I'm open to whatever you guys, your suggestions, what you want to see, what you need to see, as far as if you need any help with anything. If I'm capable and if I know how to do it, then I would like to be able to show you how to do it. So leave me a comment down in the comment section down there. I'll link everything that I've used in the description box, and a link to my blog. If you guys could read that and follow that, would be great. And please subscribe. There's a little button up there somewhere that says subscribe. So if you could do that, I would be very grateful. And I hope that you have a great day and that your makeup turns out great. Thank you.